Lauro, is it true that you're going to get married? And not just to anyone, but to the daughter of an entrepreneur?
What? Mother?
So, when is she coming to visit us for our permission?
What do you mean, permission?
Permission for the marriage, of course. So, when is it going to be?
We're not going to be visiting you.
What? You're not coming to visit?
Of course we aren't. What makes you think we'd come visit you? Didn't I already tell you 8 years ago when I left that I'd never be coming back unless it was some sort of huge emergency?
What? You're seriously not coming? I mean, I guess this isn't an emergency or anything, but this is still an important moment in your life, right? Come on, Lauro. You're our son. Are you seriously not going to let us be a part of something as important as your marriage?
I may be your son by law, but you guys aren't an important part of my life anymore. I put all of that behind when I left. You guys are basically just a bad memory to me now. Anyways, I've already told you multiple times, but I have no intention of coming home.
Huh? Come on, Lauro. Why don't we just forget about all of that? You said it yourself. It's the past, right? Why don't we just start over anew as a happy family again?
I don't remember ever being a happy family. Seriously, can't you tell how I feel? By how the only point of contact I have with you anymore is WhatsApp. I'm not you and Dad's puppet anymore. 8 years ago, I left you guys on the condition that I'd pay for the 30,000 euros of debt you two had. At that moment, I decided that not only would I never return to that house, but I'd never even return to that hometown. I was famous back there for being left to my own devices by my parents, and I don't have any friends because of it, which is why there's nothing tying me to that place anymore.
You say all that, but I see right through what you're planning, Lauro. To be honest, I'm impressed. Well, you are our son after all.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about?
Never mind. I understand what you wanted to tell me very well in this conversation. Do whatever you want, get married for all I care.
You don't have to tell me. I'm going to get married with or without your permission. Bye. Hi, Rosita. Is now a good time?
Oh, hi, Lauro. What is it?
There's something urgent I want to talk to you about.
I'm in the train right now, so it's fine if it's by text. What's the matter?
You see, my parents found out that I'm going to get married.
What? But I thought you had cut ties with them and were careful that the information wouldn't leak.
Yeah, it looks like I was just really unlucky. You see, they just sent me a text earlier. This is just a guess, but I'm thinking that they find out through my aunt, who happened to have business with our company recently.
Oh, your aunt that believes that relatives should always stick with each other no matter what?
Yeah, that aunt. The one that keeps bugging me to make up with my parents and start things over with them. Seriously, why can't she just mind her own business? Anyways, I didn't notice, but apparently she saw me passing by while she was in the waiting room of our office. That's when she got a hold of one of our employees who didn't know about my parents and skillfully made him tell her everything about our marriage. Jesus, she really messed up big this time.
I see. It looks like it was pretty bad timing then.
Tell me about it. My parents didn't object to our marriage, but I got the feeling by how my mum was talking that she was up to something. I'm worried they might try and do something crazy now that they know about us. And I'm especially worried about you, since it seems that they know who you are now as well.
Do you think it's a good idea if we don't see each other in public for the time being?
I thought that as well, but that is the demerit of them having the chance to approach you while you're on your own. Seriously, what should we do about this?
Why don't we just turn in the marriage papers tomorrow?
Huh?
I think the best thing to do is to move our plans forward as much as possible, so that everything will be over before they have time to react.
That's a good idea. My mum and dad may seem like idiots, but they won't hesitate to act when a chance to steal some of my money's involved. They could already be on their way here for all I know. Well, let's turn in the marriage papers tomorrow then. It's not like the exact date we get married actually matters, right? Yeah. Well, it's best that we take care of things as fast as possible now that they know about our marriage.
Alright. Meet me at the city hall tomorrow after we're done with the work.
Yeah, got it. Sorry I have to go through this trouble just because of my parents.
Don't worry about it. It's not just your parents that are troublesome after all.
Thanks. It really makes me feel better hearing you say that.
No problem. See you tomorrow then.
Yep, see you tomorrow.
Lauro? Why are you running away from us? But I only wanted to celebrate my son getting married, which is why I was waiting for you outside the city hall. You're so mean getting a taxi and running away from us like that.
You weren't waiting for me outside the city hall, but you followed me there from my office, didn't you? You probably heard from your sister about where I work. But the only person I talked to about turning in the marriage papers today was my wife, which means that you must have followed me.
So you found out. Well, there's no need to be so mad, is there, though? I mean, we basically already made up, right?
I don't know if you're joking or not, but just stop. I have no intention of getting back together with you two.
Come on, stop trying to act all tough. I mean, I understand very well now that even you, at the end of the day, are just someone who loves money.
Huh? What in the world are you talking about?
Your wife is the only daughter of an entrepreneur, right? Not only that, but she lost both her parents in an accident 2 years ago and was left with a massive inheritance.
Yeah, and what about that?
Lauro, it touches me to know that you care for us so deeply.
Seriously, what the fuck are you talking about?
You did amazing, Lauro. You're a genius, my son. Now that you guys are married, she's ours. My God, if only I had known sooner that I had given birth to a prodigy.
Would you please tell me first what you're talking about?
The wife's money is also the husband's money, right? And the son's money is also the parents' money. Which means that your wife's money is now ours. We're filthy rich now, Lauro, and it's all thanks to you.
No, that's not why I married her.
Come on, Lauro. There's no need to hide your true self to me. After all, I am your mother, right? Why don't the three of us use your wife's money to live a life of luxury from now on? But first, we need to do something about this debt of ours.
You seriously got into debt again?
Who cares if I got into debt again? We're going to pay it off with your wife's money, so could you please give me 100,000 euros from your wife's bank account?
100,000 euros?
You see, we were told by the strange man that if we gave him money, he'd give it back tenfold. And so me and your dad both gave him 5,000 euros for a total of 10,000 euros. We thought that it was an investment, but the money wouldn't quite return for some reason. We thought that we just needed to give him a bit more money, and before we knew it, I had spent 100,000 euros.
What the fuck are you doing? That's a scam no matter how you look at it. Seriously, you fell for something as easily seen through as that and threw away 100,000 euros. Just how much of a scumbag are you two?
Come now, don't get so mad, Loro. Even me and your dad went pale when we found out that we were 100,000 euros in debt. But now we have your wife's money. I'm so glad you were kind enough to catch her for us, Loro. Of course, we won't be so barbaric as to ask you two to let us live with you. Just give us 100,000 euros for now, and that's it. You probably won't hear from us again for a few months at least. Come on, don't be so selfish. 100,000 euros is probably nothing for someone like her, right? No one is going to gain from you holding back her money from us like this. All you'd be doing is making your parents disappointed in you, for no good reason at that.
To think that someone like this is my parent.
It
makes me so embarrassed that I'd like my body replaced for another, if possible.
What?
I didn't pick my wife so that you two could pay off your debts.
Don't tell me, Bud. Are you seriously so selfish as to use all that money for yourself and not give us any? I'm not going to forgive something as unfair as that, Loro.
Say whatever you want. All I want is to have a happy family with my wife. There's no space for toxic parents like you in our family.
You ungrateful brat. I'm the one who gave birth to you, so technically everything you have is thanks to me, you know.
Hi, Rosita. Sorry about earlier.
Oh, hi, Loro.
Did anything happen to you once the taxi dropped you off at the station? I don't think my parents have the resources to hire other people to catch you, but...
Yeah, I'm fine, but... I got on the train just like you told me, and...
Sorry, but I need you to stay on the train a bit longer. I'm going to reserve a room for you at the business hotel near the airport. So, could you wait for me there until I come for you?
Alright. I can reserve a hotel room on my own, you know. I'll tell you once I decide which hotel I'm going to be staying at.
Sorry, you're right.
What are you going to be doing?
I've already finished preparing for our departure, but since we were only supposed to depart on the morning of the day after tomorrow, I left my passport and plane tickets at home. I need to go back first.
Yep, you can't get a flight without those.
Still though, to think that they were actually already on their way here yesterday when we had our conversation. Looks like I underestimated their determination when it came to stealing my money. I'm lucky that today was the last day at the office and the final few days until I resign. I'm going to be working remotely. Even my office laptop I have right now, they said I could just return to them by mail after I resign. I'll just hide somewhere until our flight and wait this out.
Is it alright if you're texting me like this right now? I have the feeling that your parents are looking for you as we speak.
It's alright. See, I've already left the house and now in an internet cafe. I'm pretty sure they won't find me here as I'm currently hiding in one of the most crowded areas of the city.
Really? That's good, I guess. I'm currently in an internet cafe right now. I told my company about what was happening, and they said I could work remotely from a hotel or something until our day of departure.
Oh, that's so? We're lucky the companies we work at are so understanding, eh? Seriously, I don't think that many employers would just believe it when you said your mother-in-law was chasing you so you had to hide.
Yeah. Alright. I'll contact you again when I reserve a hotel room. Take care, alright?
Yeah, you too.
Loro, where are you right now? We didn't have a place to stay tonight, so we thought that we would stay at your house, but you weren't there. Your dad got angry and he started banging on the door, and so one of your neighbors called the police on us. Thankfully, I was able to calm him down and drag him away before the police came, though.
You know even where I live?
Yup, my sister told me.
Huh? Your sister again? Seriously, just how resourceful is that woman if she could find my house like this? Does she have experience working at a detective agency or something?
Actually, she has, but that's not the point. I should have asked her to tell me last night and not today, since it seems it was already too late. Last night was a mess as well, you know. We used up almost all of our remaining money to get here, so we had to sleep in a park. We don't have any money anymore, so just hurry up and come home so you can let us in.
I don't live in that house anymore.
Huh? Oh, did you move to your wife's mansion or something like that? Alright, if that's the case, then we'll go there as well. Just tell me what the address is.
No, my wife already sold her mansion. She won't be able to sleep there tonight either.
What? She sold it? Why?
I don't know, ask her yourself, because the two of us already got divorced.
Huh? But you only got married yesterday. What do you mean you got divorced? And here I thought that you were some sort of prodigy. I take everything nice I said to you back.
Don't blame me, because it's you and Dad's fault, you know. I mean, your eyes lit up with joy at the thought of her money, even though she was standing right in front of you. And you kept sending me those texts of yours, even though my wife was sitting right next to me. And at the end, you even told me about your 100,000 euros of debt. Of course she'd want to divorce me, even if she liked me or whatever.
What? Couldn't your wife just take 100,000 euros out of her bank account and give it to us? 100,000 euros is nothing for her, right? Wow, what a selfish woman this ex-wife of yours is.
It's much better than a greedy parent whose only thought is of stealing your money, though.
What? Greedy? Me? But all I'm asking for is 100,000 euros to pay off our debt. Don't you think it's only natural for a son to pay off his parents' debt in situations like this?
So you don't even realise you're greedy? No, I don't think that asking your son to pay off all your debts for you is natural. Besides, my wife doesn't have 100,000 euros, so he wouldn't be able to give it to you even if he wanted to.
Huh? But I thought that she was the only daughter of an entrepreneur, and that she lost both her parents in an accident 2 years ago. She must have enough money to support the four of us for the rest of our lives, right?
No, actually, she's not swimming in money. You see, my late father-in-law had 3 other children with his first wife.
What?
You probably want to say now that even then she would have received a quarter of the inheritance, right? But see, my wife gave up her right of laying a claim on the inheritance.
What?
Apparently it's going to be a huge hassle for her since she was the daughter of her father's second wife. And it's not like she was in poverty and couldn't support herself or anything. Neither is she the type to waste money. Which is also why she doesn't want to have anything to do with scumbags like you and Dad, who take out loans as if it was nothing, and at the end of the day end up nothing but the dredges of society.
She called us the dredges of society? Hold on, Lauro. You need to hand over this ex-wife of yours to us. Not only did she not lay claim to her father's inheritance, but now she's insulting us? There's no way I'm going to just let this go.
I already told you we got divorced. There's nothing I can do to her anymore.
Fine, if that's the case, then you do something about our 100,000 euros of debt. The debt of the parents is the debt of the children.
Right, and which fucking law says that exactly? Oh, it looks like it's about time for me to get started on the work I had left to do.
Which means that you're in your office right now, right?
No, I'm working remotely today.
What? Remote work?
Yeah, which is why I don't have to actually be at the office to work. Today was my last day at the office, and I'm going to be working remotely until the day of my resignation.
You're resigning?
I'll say this in advance, but since I've only been working here for a few years, the money I'm going to receive for the resignation, basically just a small gift. Please don't rely on my money, because I'm going to be unemployed soon.
Wow, I didn't expect this, I guess.
Alright, this is the last time I'm going to be contacting you, I guess.
But you were our last hope.
Bye.
How are we supposed to give back the 100,000 euros now?
First of all, I think I need to clarify that part about me and Rosita getting divorced was just a lie to buy us some time. It was a ploy to make my parents give up completely after I told them that Rosita didn't actually inherit any money from her father. I normally don't condone lying even to people I dislike, but this was my parents who we were dealing with, so I made an exception. A few days after this, I met my wife Rosita, who was waiting for me at the airport. We headed for England, where it was decided a few months ago that my wife would be relocated as part of her job. By the way, the part about me becoming unemployed was also a lie. I used the experience and knowledge I gained while working at my previous job to become a freelance worker, so I'm not actually unemployed. It was 3 weeks later when my parents found out that I'd lied to them. It seems that they intend to make me pay for their debt no matter what. And for some reason have brought along my aunt with them, and are currently searching for me in the capital city. Apparently both my parents and my aunt suddenly disappeared without a trace one day, but since I already cut ties with them, I'm really not interested in what happened after that.
Hey, Susie. Do you have a minute? Of course. What's up? Well, about next week's trip. Where are we going again? Boulder? That's a place you're familiar with, right? That's right. I booked a nice little B&B. My mother used to work there when she was younger. Not just her, actually. That's how I paid my way through college. It's pretty well known in the B&B community. Ah, well, I've canceled the reservation. What? You canceled it? But why? Well, the truth is, I was speaking with some of the neighbors recently, and I got to thinking that it just doesn't agree with me. I'm not sure what you mean. Well, seeing as it's a bed and breakfast, it sounds like it's probably well out in the country. That sort of place probably suits you just fine. But my family is just not used to that kind of thing, you know? So I thought it would be best to have a change of plans. So you just took it upon yourself to do that? The kids were really looking forward to it. Well, don't worry. I booked us a nice new hotel. A new hotel? Yes, at a nice resort in Vale. They had a suite available, so I just had to take it. It's about $350 per night. Not the cheapest, but good service isn't free, you know. $350 per night? Is that per person? Of course, dear. You don't think we could get that kind of price for everyone together, do you? That's a really expensive change to make without talking to us first, don't you think? Oh dear. Are you worried about the price by chance? Fret not, darling. I'll pay for the grandchildren, of course. I guess I might as well pay for Harold as well. No, that's all right. We'll manage to pay for the kids as well somehow. But really, could you try not to do this kind of thing in the future without talking to us first? We have an obligation to the B&B as well. You know, Susie, you can't live off of obligations. We should go somewhere for appearances, not out of obligation. I hate to say this, but I could hardly tell the neighbors I was going to a B&B in Boulder of all places. It's embarrassing. Sharon? That B&B is kind of an institution. It might not be able to beat out a resort hotel in service, but there's usually a reason places like this can stay in business so long, you know? Oh my! Are you trying to lecture me now? Tell me you're joking. No, I don't mean to lecture you. Come now, Susie. I've been traveling inside the country and out since I was a child. No offense, but I don't think I need to be told what makes a good hotel by someone like you. You've only been on a handful of vacations in your whole life. So I'd rather you kept your uncultured opinions to yourself, if you please. I see. Anyway, we're going to be on different flights, so let's meet up at the airport after we both land. I'll be there around 10:40, okay? Try not to forget. I'll tell Harold and the others. Susie! Good news. Oh, yeah? You know the hotel we're going to in Vale? It turns out that my old boss is working there. He saw our names on the guest register and sent me an email. Oh, really? That's nice, isn't it? What a coincidence. I know, right? He said he's going to pull out all the stops for us, be it room service or anything else. Isn't that so lucky? Yeah, that's amazing. I guess I should expect no less from you. Now you're getting it. It looks like it was definitely a good idea to change the hotel, huh? Cabin? B&B? Please. I'm sure the kids are going to much prefer this glamorous hotel to an ancient beat-up one. You're probably right. I just landed. Are you already here? Where are you? We're just about to check in. Really? I thought I told you to meet me here. Oh, well, I'll head over there now. Oh, Susan, I'm so sorry. I just realized I overlooked something important. Oh, what did you overlook? Well, looking at the reservation details now, it seems I only booked the room for 2 adults and 2 children. I'm so sorry. And, well, it seems like they don't have any other rooms available today. I guess you'll just have to stay somewhere else. Oh, I know! You could just sleep in the lobby. With a hotel like this, even the lobby is bound to be comfortable. Oh, quit pulling my leg. Actually, this is rather hard to say, but I guess there's no better time to say it, so I might as well. The truth is, I've been worried that if we travel together, your, poverty, for lack of a better word, might rub off on me. So I'm terribly sorry, but it looks like you're going to have to sit this trip out. Well, someone is certainly going to have to sit this one out. You're right about that. What's that? Like I said, we just finished checking in. So you can feel free to do whatever you'd like. Huh? What do you mean? You don't mean that you're planning to shut me out, do you? There's no use fighting me, dear. One call from me and you'll be plucked right out of the hotel. You might as well just wait outside with a switch and consider yourself whooped. Now hold on just 1 second. What is the meaning of this? You said that you guys had checked in already. Where are you? What are you doing? I'm outside walking with a switch. Well, I guess it's more of a walking stick than a switch. We're hiking. Hiking? That's right. I mean, we're already checked in. Might as well, right? And let me tell you, it is fantastic. The Flatirons are really beautiful this time of year. What? You're joking, right? You're in Boulder? Well, yeah. Don't you? Well, yeah, me? Tell me this is some kind of sick joke. I'm afraid not. Here, I'll send you a picture. I can't believe it. I can't believe this! Didn't I tell you to meet me at the airport? The kids told me an interesting story a few days ago. They said you were bad-mouthing me on the phone. And you told them I couldn't stay at the hotel because of grown-up matters. They came up to me and Harold in tears. I don't want to go without you, Mom. Why aren't you going? Really? I had no idea you didn't like me so much that you would go to such lengths. But there's also another reason. You didn't actually cancel the B&B reservation. You were planning to just no-show. I mean, but of course. A place like that. There's really no need to call. How did you know that anyway? Not that it matters. But I called them 3 days ago to apologize. And they asked me about dinner reservations and allergies like nothing was amiss. So I thought to myself, you can't just not show up to hotel reservations, you know. In the worst case scenarios, these things can even end up in court. Anyway, so we talked it over as a family and, well, you can see the result for yourself. And there would be a cancellation fee as well. I think it's the same thing for your hotel, right? If you cancel just 3 days before, you still have to pay 70% of the fee. Plus, Harold was a bit irritated. He said it wasn't a good way to cancel. I guess that's just a pittance to you, but... Do you think any of that serves as an excuse? After I went through all the trouble of setting up the reservation for this hotel? Is this how you repay someone who does a favor for you? It's completely unforgivable. Although I guess I should have expected it from someone of your low taste. Sharon, I've been trying not to say anything for a while now, but... You know that I know way more than you about hotels, right? What do you mean? I should think not. I know for certain you said you've only been on a handful of vacations in your life. But do you know why that is? Because you're poor. No. It's because I'm always traveling to hotels for business. It can hardly be considered a vacation. I work as a hotel concierge. What now? What? I help people plan their vacations from step 1. Naturally, I find hotels for them. But I also have to know about all of the sites and spots around the hotels. If we're talking big hotels, I've been to just about everyone in the country in the last 10 years. What? And with all of that experience and knowledge, I would give the B&B that we're at right now a definite 5 stars. You're joking, right? I can't believe this. So what? I'm supposed to just stay in this hotel by myself? Having a whole suite all to yourself sounds kind of like the dream. I'm a bit jealous. You're a concierge or whatever, right? So get my family's travel arrangements set up and send them over here immediately. I am afraid I can't do that. Just think of the distance. But you could start heading over here. Harold and the kids might not be too thrilled, but I don't mind if you do. It's only a couple hours drive. You can do it. Are you making fun of me? My boss has helped out with all of the preparations and set everything up for me. It wouldn't be very fair to him if I did that. But what was it you said before? You can't live off of obligation or something. That was different. Something. We should travel for appearances, not out of obligation. I had a bad feeling that things would get complicated with my mother-in-law from the first time I met her. But I never thought she'd go so far as to set up a weird plan like this one. And she got desperate after that. Even the hotel was worried when she insisted that she could eat food for 4 people all by herself. But in the end, they did as she asked and served it all to her. And as could be expected, they ended up having to call a doctor after. Looking at her, sick, wailing about how she would rather die than pay a cancellation fee, I think her old boss was rather taken aback by how focused she was on money. In the end, the trip ended up dragging her appearance through the mud more than anything. My husband, Harold, said he had a lot to think about his relationship with his mother. After we got back from our trip, he called her and let her have it. Having said everything there was to say, they haven't been in contact since. Our trip was really great, by the way. Great food, beautiful view, and parks, not to mention great service. We were more than satisfied. We promised the kids we would go back next year. Maybe it's because of what happened this time, I'm not sure. But we've been going on more trips as a family and spending a lot of quality time together.